So we're going to come in for whoever gets the last invitational, Aaron versus Colby.
Yeah,
Here we go.
It's gonna be Max versus another making news. So Max gonna want to go fast again, and as we saw earlier, if you're not careful, if you don't sort of seal up HQ, then those account siphons are gonna hit, and they're gonna hit hard.
Yep. And Colby, I think, playing a similar NBN style taxing deck, similar to what Aaron was playing. There's some very different choices here, but I think at the end of the day it's going to be a taxing style, not the fast advance that we kind of come to expect out of NBN. So we'll see how this goes. All right. For all the marbles, ladies and gentlemen.
And there's the drum roll in the background to send us off.
I think they're playing Werewolf and trying to close their eyes and let everybody wake up and see one another.
Those silly board gamers. Cards is where it's at, folks. Stick to Netrunner. So I think in Colby's hand we see maybe the new current. Is that what I'm seeing over there?
That is predictive
algorithms.
That's predictive algorithms. That
haven't really talked a whole lot
gift.
about that.
Well, I'm not terribly impressed by it because, I mean, as soon as they steal an agenda, it's going to go away. So it's really 2 for 1 unless you can get them to that breaking point of 1 or 0.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, I think this taxing NBN thing is gonna flesh out a lot more with, you know, once people start playing these reversed accounts and things like that.
I think we should consider predictive algorithms with domestic sleepers.
All right, so what do we have here? We got Data Ravens. We have a Data Raven. We have an RCP. Predictive
algorithms. Wow.
And
very interesting from Colby here.
So I think he is trying to play a deck that's going to break him. I don't see any reversed accounts in his deck list here. But we could even
consider calling it. Wait for it. Breaking news.
Womp, womp, womp. This is what I have to work with, people.
Aaron gonna discard a singularity and a prepaid.
This is a bold move by Colby. I don't know if he's played against Aaron's max deck yet. He's leaving HQ wide open.
Oh, it doesn't have it though. Doesn't have the account siphon.
And I mean, he was really going to account siphon him for 2. Oh no, I'm looking at yeah. Those are his regular threats.
And there's a Data Raven. So
I think he's just gonna take the tag.
I think he's gonna
go through.
He's playing tag me Max.
Fast and loose, yeah. Which may come back to bite him. I don't know if he has psychographics in his deck.
We'll leave it for you guys to find out, but this will be an interesting one.
Now, I was going to be really mean there, but I'm not going to. Let's go back to the game. Reshuffling and going to keep the keyhole pressure on here.
It's going to go again.
Yep. And he sees NAPD. Is he going to drop it or drop some of the ice?
Yeah, it might be okay just eliminating some of Colby's ice.
And I think that's what he's going to do there. I think he has a position on the board right here that he can afford to try to play the long game a little bit against Colby.
And he has Eater in hand, so wants to make sure that Colby can't stop these keyhole runs.
And I mean, really, if he trashes the NAPD, he's at 1. He has to get back up in money before he can go get it, and he has to do that before Colby gets a Jackson Hour to put it back.
Right.
There we go. He's just sending the ice out of his deck right now.
Now it always feels great as a runner when you get to just run for 3 clicks on turn 1. But now he's sitting on 1 money.
Right.
You know Colby's about to have 4 more because you know he's got a hedge fund. So do you feel under more pressure when you don't score something?
I mean, in this case, and that's why Aaron did what he did, where he put the ice in there. He's just setting up for the long game. I don't know what's in Aaron's hand. He may not be worried about being a 1 credit here, although his prepaid is in the heap, so I'm really not sure how much money he needs to get underneath him to get his economy re-going.
Right.
But Colby's got to be feeling a little bit stretched on his ice now. I don't imagine he's playing a lot. I don't see NB Index playing a lot of ice lately. But like I said, I haven't seen the style that Colby's playing yet, so we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, Aaron got to feel a little unlucky not to draw that account siphon. That would be really good for him right now.
which, given that he can't spend any money to steal agendas, that's a good combo with RSVP and,
Yep.
and predictive algorithms, but not really as helpful with Keyhole doing the work. And he's sticking with the discarding of ice. He's just going to do it 2 more times, I think. Gets rid of the 5-3 restructure. And he was just about to just give it to him. Realizes he can't steal it anyway. I think he's going to take 1 for click 3. And then 4th click's going to run there and take it. Yep. And get rid of the algorithm. But now, Aaron is broke. His account siphon is in the trash. He can't afford to play Deja Vu, so he may have overextended himself a little bit. I think that's what you were hitting at earlier. But Colby now has infinitely less ice, and we see none in his hand either, so he's just waiting for that account siphon to happen in case it does. Puts the second predictive out. Predictive Algorithms 2, the sequel. And he draws Troll.
Can't quite tell. It looks like it.
And gets rid of Day Job and Mimic. Yep.
Probably not going to be too worried about having that Mimic out.
Yeah, I mean, he's just going to keep the
He's just
pressure
going
on.
to keep running through those pieces of ice.
And Colby has all the tags he could ever want.
Yep. Sees a Troll, another predictive algorithms, maybe, and another piece of ice. He's going to get rid of the Troll.
And just keeps going back. I don't think Aaron designed this to be a lockdown deck, but he's okay with it. 1, 2, 3 again. No agendas. I think now he's just taking the ice because he's not seeing the agendas anymore. Pulls
Although he sees one there.
There we go.
There's a Beal. And 4, it sounds like he's not going to run. Oh, nope, he will.
Yeah, he will.
We'll Keyhole again. Sees a sweep, a hedge.
No red herrings.
A wraparound. Takes, yeah, he just takes all the ice out.
Yep, so much for Colby's taxing deck.
Yeah. Now all Aaron needs to do is draw that account siphon.
I think Max has decided that if he can't have economy, then he'll just get rid of all the ice. Same effect. Colby draws Toll Booth, thinking he's going to take credit for 1, hedge fund for 2, and maybe drop that Toll Booth in front of HQ Archives. Yeah.
No, I think he's content to let it all go to the trash. Interesting move here. I'm not really sure I follow the logic behind it, but...
Well, he knows there's 2 in there. He knows he has predicted algorithms.
Right.
He knows Max has 0, so, I mean, it's going to take a few turns for Max to actually be able to access all the stuff he's pouring in there. But I don't think Aaron is playing for next turn or 2 turns.
Account siphoned him, so now he's going to run. So there's 1 predictive down. That's 2 total.
And Aaron up 5-0. This may not be the exciting finish that we were hoping for, folks.
Yeah,
it looks like he has just locked Colby's deck down, and he can't even protect himself at this point.
Yeah, Aaron has not yet had to play an icebreaker, so...
He's literally not played a card since the first turn.
But fortunately for Colby, he's going to close Aaron's accounts. So he's back down to...
I'm waiting for a pop-up to keep
0.
Aaron out here.
Aaron just going to content to go back and Keyhole again.
Why not?
Why not, indeed.
1 predictive algorithms again.
Oh, but an agenda as well, I think. Oh, no, sweeps.
He's sticking with the long game plan.
Yeah, deny money, deny ice. And then it doesn't really matter what the corp does. There's the Astro. And a Jackson.
And he's got click 4, and there's no predictive algorithms out. Colby has 1 point. I mean, he's got a... Oh, no.
Wow. That's interesting. Gonna have to ask him about those plays.
Yeah, I think we'll have time for interviews after this set of games. But yeah, I want to know what he's doing here.
Yeah, I don't know that I see a way back for Colby here.
and I think Colby realizes that here. Aaron just in the pain.
I mean, you never know. You never know what Colby could draw. I think he just needs to spend some time taking money so that he can afford to put ice out and res ice. Because right now, not being able to res ice on archives is hurting him a lot.
And somebody asking on the stream what the top 2 decks are playing. They've both been on stream. I think that Pacer was playing his
RP.
Noise and RP, and Alec was playing Layla Arvoir and
Blue Sun.
Blue Sun, yes. And so now third place is going to be playing an NBN deck and either Max or Kate.
Yeah.
So there is some variety here in these top decks, and neither one of the NBNs are fast advances. So maybe Claude is doing its job.
And not trashing predictive algorithms when he saw it coming back to bite him in the butt a little bit.
He's at 2. He's going to run there. And Colby may not be able to res either one of these. No, he's going to res a troll.
Which says when the runner encounters it,
either loses
trace.
a click or ends the run.
Yeah.
And he's sitting at a trace 4, and Noise can't afford, or Max can't afford to pay that.
So Colby sort of feeling stuck here. Draws for 1. He's got a sweeps week now.
And Aaron needs to discard cards, so I assume that he's still at 5. There we go.
So now Colby's got a little bit more money. And we know he's got, I think, a hedge in hand or maybe a restructure. There it is.
So he's hedge fund. So
that's,
now we're back in the money. So
yeah.
let's see if he can res some stuff to keep Max out, because he's in the money, but Max is not, and he does not have the prepaids to help him get back up there. I mean, he's still one away from a lucky find, so he's never out. But
he's just going to keep on keyholing. Drops the closed account. Smart.
Colby wishing he was playing the tank right now.
I'm telling you, man, it's a great identity.
More ice to trash.
But there's also an NAPD. I think he knows he can't afford that NAPD, so I don't think there's any way he puts it in there. And then at some point, if he's taken everything out of R&D except the agendas, he can just run R&D.
You're right.
Oh, but there we go. He's going to drop NAPD in there.
But now you're looking at 6 to steal it, plus whatever it costs to get into archives. Maybe he's just trying to put leave all the free agendas in R&D. I think you're just having fun now.
That's a good piece of ice to drop, though, that pop-up window, which Colby can res regardless of how much money he has. Sweeps, ice, and an Astroscript, yep.
There it is.
So.
But now Colby has enough to res whatever's in front, and I assume that's that toll booth we saw earlier.
Yeah. He's got to find his way into archive somehow.
Slow that down a little bit.
Yeah, he might actually have just been content with sort of milling Colby out, which he was well on his way to doing. So,
I mean, he still can. I mean, I don't know what he's probably got 20 cards.
Well, he just pulled a deja
archives.
vu, so he's going to account siphon. So Colby's down to 5 now.
And if Aaron only knew that Colby's sitting on NAPDs in hand.
So he's going to, Aaron's going to run.
And there, it's toll booth. He can pay his way through, and that's the end of that.
And that's that. So Aaron is going to steal 3rd out from under Colby.
Man, that was
a couple of unlucky draws there, and just great play from Aaron.
That was just angry, yeah. No in-the-run ice to start there, and Max took advantage of it. The early game is where Max shines, and doesn't let it get to the late game.